What do you think about this short selling and some of the SEC scrutiny? During the financial crisis, short selling was actually suspended. Are we possibly setting up for something like that now following the return of Roaring Kitty?
You know, I think that's a great question. I mean, I think it would take a pretty extreme event for the SEC to impose a short selling ban again. I mean, that was something done in the thick of the financial crisis in order to keep those stocks from like plummeting too badly. And there was a lot of anger and consternation about it at the time. But I think possibly we could see some new rulemaking, some concern here. And the SEC, from what I've read at least, you know, maybe taking a look at some of this stuff. I think you just alluded to that, too, with the Morgan Stanley E-Trade platform. However, Congress has a lot of other priorities at the moment, and short of enforcement action or investigative action at the SEC, I think we're a ways from that.
All right, so you think we're a ways from that. So there are fewer short-selling funds or firms out there than there were previously, but you say there's still just actively a lot of short-selling going on. One of your sources say it's kind of like a knife fight out there. Why even get involved in this GameStop trade if you're a short-selling firm? I mean, what's the allure when it comes to this?
Well, I would guess that a lot of these professional short sellers are not playing around with GameStop right now. I mean, I don't know that for a fact, but they've been burned before on this name and on the meme stocks in general, as the audience well knows. So I have a feeling they're probably steering clear of this name if they can, especially with the huge run-up, which would have caused a giant short squeeze. But yeah, I mean, I think short sellers have always had the sort of frustration and pessimism of others in the market, and certainly the companies that are being shorted. They have faced regulatory scrutiny in the past. It can be very expensive, even devastating to a financial company if you get a short squeeze. In other words, the stock shares run up and you have to try to essentially give them back to your lender at a higher price. It can really wipe you out. So I just think this market, we've been on a 15-year tear, more or less, and it's become increasingly difficult to apply that trade, at least as a standalone strategy.
All right, so here's the big question, or questions all wrapped up into one. Do you think it's really Keith Gill? Do you think, if it is, does he have an unnamed backer? And is this in any way, in your mind, market manipulation?
Well, I want to steer clear of using the M word myself, although others, including Andrew Left, are certainly using it and raising questions about it. From what I've seen, it seems as though the amount of money being spent on these shares is out of whack with what we know about Gill's financials. But I don't have reporting to show that he has one backer or another. So not to punt on your question, but I'm just as uncertain as many of the folks out there. It does seem like an unusual situation. And you know, a couple of the shorts that I talked to yesterday said, you know, look, where are the regulators? We really need to know what's going on here. So I think more questions than answers. But I do think this type of scenario is one of the reasons why we've seen sort of a hollowing out of the short selling community. And arguably, they are a very good check on, you know, a bull market and on companies that aren't honest. I mean, they have rooted out fraud and waste and dishonesty in the past. So in some ways, they could be a very necessary check on this market.
All right. So I know you have great sources. I know you're doing a lot of reporting on this. So we're going to get some answers coming up in the next couple of weeks, specifically on June 21st when those call options expire. In between now and then, what are you expecting? What are you hearing? I mean, just give me just a general sense, because like you're trying to figure it out. All of us are trying to figure it out. We don't quite know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're just going to have to wait and look for more information now. You know, sometimes it's possible to call around and figure out, you know, who's in this name, what are people hearing, what's going on. So I suspect we'll see more good reporting on this situation with Roaring Kitty and, you know, how he wound up with these assets and what's going on with GME. You know, it's been sort of a troubled name, right? I think they've only had a couple of profitable quarters in like 3 years, so hard to necessarily see the bull case, even though, you know, as we know from the meme stock craze of a couple of years ago, it's a nostalgic name for a lot of people. It's the kind of stock, the original advice is buy what you know. So it's the kind of stock that people felt they knew and understood and wanted to be involved with. But I think more details will come out incrementally, probably, but we will build out more of a mosaic in the coming weeks. And as you said, with these options, it'll be interesting to see what goes from there. So I would say stay tuned. And I don't have a perfect answer right now, but I think more will be revealed.